What's up, guys? So it's been a while, almost a little bit, actually more than 2 weeks now, since I last dropped a video. I apologize for that. It's actually been more difficult than I thought managing my the way my schedule is right now. The hardest thing's definitely been obviously getting these videos out, but also just like getting proper sleep and just eating properly as well. So I definitely just gotta like do better, take care of my health. Because it's just like if I'm tired all the time, or if I just am not getting the proper amount of sleep, I just have less energy to do the things that I need to do. So definitely got to take care of that. I'm also not like a coffee guy at all. I don't know, I just don't really like the way caffeine makes me feel sometimes, and it just has like weird effects on my body. But anyway, getting on a tangent, this week I wanted to kind of talk about Golden Kamuy. Never really talked about this show that much on the channel before. I think one time I did when I was talking about comedy in anime. But if you guys don't know, it's been airing this season, or at least it was, until it abruptly stopped airing due to some unfortunate circumstances that we're going to talk about today. The reason why I wanted to make this video now is because there's been an update in, the development of the show. So what I have on the screen here is the original announcement of the delay of Golden Kamuy. So a little bit of background: Golden Kamuy's 4th season was airing this season, and it was great. I mean, I liked it. I think Golden Kamuy has been one of those anime that's been kind of like a sleeper for me. It's been a dark horse. It's probably not as mainstream as it should be, in large part due to its genre, and probably because it has a bit of a more niche audience and niche demographic, or target audience I should say. But I was enjoying it. Comedy, the tension, the action, the characters, all of it. Unfortunately, as you see on screen, a staff member on the anime passed away on Tuesday, November 1st, 2022. And so I'm just going to read a little bit of the notice that they have here. In response to the sudden passing of the main staff, who is indispensable to the production of the work, the Golden Kamuy Production Committee and Brainspace discussed how to deal with future broadcasts, and so they decided to postpone it. Originally, they didn't really give any information on when it would come back. If this person was indispensable to the project, they must have been someone like, higher up, maybe like a main animator, someone that had maybe a lot of assistants under them. And so when something like this happens, it's just like not only sad because the people working with them are probably like emotionally affected, and I can't even imagine how the person's family feels, but it just also just completely like devastates the operation. For a while, we didn't know what was going to happen. You can see that this was originally, announced on November 8th, which is like more than a month ago now. But recently we got an update, an announcement to when it would be coming back. So we stopped at around episode 6. I think episode 7 was the next one to air. Let me just double check. Yeah, so we had 6 episodes finished. The 7th one was supposed to air, and this was a 13 episode season, so about half of it, ended up being delayed. And it's unfortunate. A few days ago, it was announced that it will be coming back, but not really anytime soon. So let's read it a little bit. Regarding the 4th season of the TV anime, which was temporarily suspended from the 43rd episode onwards, we will start broadcasting again from the 37th episode. The first episode of the 4th season from April 2023. The detailed schedule for future broadcasting and distribution will be announced on the official anime website and Twitter as soon as it's decided. In addition, yes, I guess there was obviously delays in the Blu-ray and DVD. And I think there was supposed to be some sort of Golden Kamuy event here. Let's look at it. Special event 2023. Yeah, so there was one that was supposed to happen on July 16th. I guess that is going to be delayed as well. And it's just like overall really unfortunate that something like this had to happen. There's already so many problems with anime production, whether it's the health of the employees, the workload of these animators. But to have something like this happen in your production is just like, how do you recover from it? It's especially someone that's so integral to the creation of this anime. But I am glad to see that they have taken steps to begin the process of moving forward and start producing the anime again. We really didn't get much detail on who the staff member was, or how they passed, which I guess that's fine. I mean, I don't really mind, because there is some privacy in that, and it's up to them, and it's probably up to the family as well to keep that information to themselves. So I don't really hold that against them. But it is good to see that it's coming back. April 2023. Now that is a while from now. That is, if I'm not mistaken, that's towards the end of the next season of anime. So towards the end of the winter season of anime, we'll be getting the start of Golden Kamuy. And it seems like, based on this notice, they are going to be starting to air it from the first episode. So I don't even think we're going to get new episodes until March, which would make sense because that would be the start of the spring season. So I don't know how many Golden Kamuy fans, are going to watch this video or even watch my videos, but I did want to give a little bit of update on it because this is an anime that's pretty important to me. Not because it's like one of the best anime I've ever seen, but because it's so different from a lot of shows that we're used to seeing, and it breaks that mainstream, atmosphere when you have like just shonen anime left and right. It's not often that I read or watch historical or military anime, but Golden Kamuy is one of the few that has, over the past several years, been one of the mainstays in my mind, and one that I remember no matter what. So I did want to talk a little bit about, why I like this anime, because I figure now would be the time to make a video on it. It's really good, man. It's just like really good. I know a lot of people meme on it because of, some of the content in it is a little bit out there. It's definitely not for everyone. A lot of the tropes, a lot of the jokes even are a little bit edgy, but they also can sometimes make you feel a little bit uncomfortable. But I think that's what they're trying to do, and I think that's the whole point of the show, is to subvert your expectations. And it does this by balancing tension and comedy really well. This is a point that I've made in the past, but Golden Kamuy is one of those shows where it can switch between action moments or serious dialogue to comedy and just goofy moments really well, really just without ruining the flow of the episode and just, keeping you engaged. Golden Kamuy is one of those shows where in the first season, we really did learn a lot about our main characters, Fujimoto and Ashirapa, but as the seasons went on, as the episodes went on, there were so many side characters introduced, and at first it was like, oh my god, how am I going to keep up with all these characters, and how are they going to make these characters' stories interesting? But they managed to do that really well. I would go so far as to say in this fourth season, we saw more side characters than our main characters and their stories and what they're up to. So if you don't know what Golden Kamuy is about, it's basically a story that takes place a little bit, I think, after the Russo-Japanese War, which happened in the early 1900s. So it is inspired by that. And it's about treasure hunting for gold. And there's so many characters involved. There's so many different plot lines going on at once. And it does a really good job of switching between these stories. There's multiple villains, multiple, protagonists in a sense. But it does make you question who's actually right and who's actually wrong. Yeah, the story does sometimes get convoluted because you have to take into account every single person's intentions and how they interact with all the other characters. But I think it does a good job of keeping you focused on the bigger picture here. At the end of season 3, we had a really big revelation regarding one of the main characters and their relation with another character who was integral to the story and plot. And so season 4 has been about kind of coming to terms with that. And a lot of the characters that we thought were villains turn out to be a little bit more complicated as we see their backstories and how they got to the point that they're at. How do they come to work with certain other characters? You have a lot of people with very different motivations to acquire this treasure, and it's very interesting to see how they go about manipulating other people, or how they maneuver this journey to find something that they don't even know exists until they actually find it. So one thing I noticed about this show, it does have a decent amount of yaoi bait. It's definitely not as much as like in the earlier seasons, but it does a good job of presenting it. So what I mean is, usually when there's shows that have some sort of like yaoi material or yaoi segments, it's just a little bit weird and awkward for me personally. But the way this show does it, how it blends it with the comedy, it just seems like a bunch of bro moments, and it does it in a really tasteful way. But again, this show has definitely been overshadowed by just the sheer quality of anime this season, and it's sad to see. But I think true fans of it are enjoying it, and we're enjoying it until it got delayed. Again, rest in peace to the staff member who passed away. Hopefully their families are able to bring in the process of moving forward. and we can only hope that, you know, they're able to finish off this season properly with the last 7 episodes coming starting in April or early March, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait a while, but I think it's okay. I was honestly pretty overwhelmed this season with, again, just the amount of anime that I've been watching, the amount of anime that I've been, you know, not being able to watch weekly, and then having a bunch of episodes stacked up, having to watch all of them at once. So I'm sure some of you can relate to that. But yeah, Golden Kamuy, if you guys haven't watched it already, I hope you definitely do. It's definitely one of the standouts of this season. Probably not the best anime, but it is different than a lot of ones that you might have seen before. And if you're a JoJo fan, you've definitely heard of this anime before. So that's gonna do for this one. My heating just kicked in, so you guys are probably hearing some weird background noise. It's like an engine running. So I'm gonna peace out, end the video. If you guys haven't watched Golden Kamuy, do that. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like, hit that sub button, and I will catch you guys next time. We'll try to get videos out every week. Hold me to it. All right, I'll see you guys later. Peace.